find everything comic books.
I'll fill you in on Iowa State's fast-paced sport of college hoops.
And the cold is here. Will it stick around? Find out later. You're watching Newswatch 18.
Oh.
And with Valentine's Day coming this month, watch a film certain to make a date night classic that will put you in the mood. I'll tell you more on Real Talk.
Go ahead.
Good evening and welcome to the February 4th edition of Newswatch 18. I'm Danielle Carpenter.
And I'm Maria Lizignoli. Thank you for joining us. Iowa State is being investigated by the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights due to reports of sexual violence against students, including a woman who said she was raped last year. The school has turned over thousands of documents about reports of sexual violence. Iowa State is the first of Iowa's 3 public universities to face an investigation. If violations of federal laws prohibiting sex discrimination are found, they could lead to fines and changes in the procedure.
President Stephen Leaf announced a promise to the students of King Elementary School or Moulton Extended Learning Center full tuition last Tuesday at the Moulton Auditorium. The requirements of the award are that students need to meet attendance and behavior standards, to set annual performance goals, and to have a portfolio, and to submit a letter of interest to ISU before they finish 5th grade. The recipients of this scholarship must complete middle school and high school and to meet the desired ACT score. The tuition coverage will increase by 20% each year if the student
It just adopted a statewide law that protects people from employment discrimination based on sexual orientation as well as gender identity. Iowa is one of 18 states in the U.S. to adopt this policy. Iowa State University's policies match the state's policies when it comes to civil rights.
With all the snow that has accumulated over this past weekend, it's important for students to be aware of where they park their cars in the winter. Anytime it snows more than 2 inches is when you can expect to see snowplows out on the main streets. Some of these streets are Lincoln Way, Grand Avenue, and Duff Avenue. These snow routes also include residential streets, parking lots, and alleys. Leaving your vehicle in these locations can lead to a ticket or having your car towed immediately. For more information on snow ordinance, you can access the city's website.
Iowa State has yet another enrollment record. About 33,000 students enrolled this spring semester. That is about 1,500 more than were enrolled the spring semester of 2014. Of individual colleges, the College of Engineering gained 454 students, raising the enrollment of the university's largest college to over 8,000 students.
It has been confirmed by the athletics director, Chris Jorgensen, that Jack Trice Stadium will have the majority of its construction completed by the time our home opener on September 5th arrives. Jorgensen says building supply issues that plague other sports facility projects in the upper Midwest have not affected the Jack Trice Stadium project. This project is recreating the south entrance, putting permanent seating in the lower level, and adding upper level seating to the south corners. Fans can also expect to see a new video board in the south end, an electronic ribbon board surrounding the stadium, and an increase in the capacity by roughly 4,000.
So Logan, let's talk basketball. How is the men's teams looking?
Well, we did just lose to Kansas, but we're going to look to bounce back this weekend, excuse me. All that and more. Stay tuned. You're watching Newswatch 18. Welcome back from the break. So on a night where it seemed like the Jayhawks hit the bottom of the net with every shot, the Iowa State men's basketball team came out of Fog Allen Fieldhouse disappointed. But this weekend's game will offer the Cyclones a chance to not only bounce back from Monday's loss, but to also score some revenge from a shocking loss to Texas Tech earlier this season. A friendly home court advantage at Hilton against a Big 12 bottom feeder should offer a good chance to get back on track. Texas Tech's only Big 12 win came against the Clones a couple of weeks ago, a game where the Big 12's worst scoring offense gave Iowa State a taste of its own medicine, draining 11 three-pointers. The Cyclones will enter Hilton Saturday hungry for a W. The game tips off at 1 p.m. While we're on the topic of bouncing back, the Cyclone football team made some additions on signing day that will hopefully put the team back on track. After a disappointing 2-10 season that included a loss to 1AA North Dakota State and no Big 12 wins, Coach Rhodes hit the recruiting trail to make some improvements. Rhodes wanted to focus on the Iowa State defense, one that gave up more than 200 yards on the ground a game last season. Rhodes looked to fix the issue, adding 5 defensive backs, 5 D linemen, and 3 linebackers, including Damon Tucker, the 2013 NJCAA Defensive Player of the Year, and Bobby Leaf, an ESPN Top 20 junior college defensive tackle. The offensive side also saw some solid additions, including 6'6" Hakeem Butler, who Rhodes says is another tall physical target for quarterback Sam Richardson. The Cyclones will kick off their season at newly renovated Jack Trice Stadium this fall. Paul Rhodes and the football team are the only ones making new additions. Coach Tony Minata and the ISU soccer team added 9 new players for the upcoming season. Topping the 2015 class is midfielder Casey Opfer, who will go into her senior year of high school with 41 goals and 21 assists. TopDrawerSoccer.com has Opfer as a top 150 recruit. The Cyclones also did some recruiting close to home, signing Ellie Kavanaugh, Katie Colhane, Jordan Enga, and Riley Behan. Behan gained some notice after leading her Iowa City club team to a first-place finish at the 2013 U.S. Soccer National Championships. Coach Minata also added some midfielders in Taylor Wagner and Emily Stile, who he expects to make an immediate impact since they will be filling in for 2 graduating seniors. In addition to the promising recruiting class, Iowa State will return 12 players, including their top goal scorers, Corey Wilbur and Ottilie Schmidt. And that's it for tonight's Cyclone Sports Report. We're going to toss it over to weather. Can we expect some warmer temperatures coming up for this weekend?
Yeah, well, we have that cold and we have that wind, but it's not all bad news because the temperatures look to be warming up for later in the week. We'll have more. Stay tuned. With that, though, is that those highs occurred in the morning and we had falling temperatures throughout the day. You see here we had 19 in Des Moines and 17 in Ames. And there we go, that's a little better. Currently outside the studio, we're looking at a temperature of 4 degrees with winds from the northwest at 8 miles an hour and a dew point of -4 degrees. Statewide, we're looking at 5 in Ottumwa, 7 in Des Moines, and 5 in Council Bluffs, 0 over in Sioux City. It's going to be a cold night with those winds from the northwest with 8 in Ames and 6 in Des Moines, and those winds are going to bring those wind chills down to about -20 tonight. So make sure you stay warm tonight as you head out if you're heading out. And there's those current wind chills with -12 in Ottumwa. Earlier this morning, we had that snow come through the state, dropping about 2 to 5 inches for the southern part of the state. But behind that, we have a high pressure system that's keeping us dry for the moment. Looking at the bigger picture, there's that draping cold front across much of the country, bringing snow to those parts, and that's what brought snow for us earlier. But you see here, there's not much cloud activity, and that's because of that high pressure that's keeping us dry. Lows tonight, and because we're not going to have those clouds to keep us warm, we're looking at -10 in Ames, -11 in Waterloo, and -12 in Mason City. With those highs tomorrow, we will rebound, though, however, with 18 in Ottumwa and 18 in Ames. And the futurecast will show that the clouds will mainly stay away until Thursday. Going into Friday, we may see some passing clouds for those days. Nothing in terms of precipitation, though, so we should stay on the dry side. Tonight, we're looking at a low of -11 with mostly clear skies, winds from the north-northwest at 8 to 13 miles an hour. Tomorrow, we're going to get to a high about 17 with breezy conditions, southwest winds, 10 to 15 miles an hour. And looking at your extended forecast, there's that ugly -11, high of 17, and we're going to look at another high of 17 for Friday. But those temperatures start to rebound going into Sunday. We could see a chance for some precipitation. But for the rest of the week, we're looking at highs in the 30s and mostly dry conditions. Guys, back to you.
Future, let's look back to one of the best love stories of 2014 and a film that garnered Best Original Screenplay. While there are a vast number of romantic films with quality varying this Valentine's Day, Her presents a modern take on what it means to be in love. The film is directed and written by Spike Jonze and is the story of Theodore Twombly as portrayed by Joaquin Phoenix, and his attempt to move through a most difficult divorce. Set in a future time, Theodore turns to new technology to cope. Operating systems have become far more intuitive and nearly lifelike. Eventually, Theodore begins to develop feelings for his OS companion, Samantha, voiced by Scarlett Johansson. Even love. Her helps negotiate what it means to be in relationship, what it means to have companionship, and most of all, provides a new view on what it means to be in love. The star-studded casting also includes Amy Adams and Chris Pratt, who are solid as always. The film's writing more than deserved the 2014 Oscar and will leave audiences intrigued, confused, and mystified that they can have such strong feelings for a relationship between a man and his computer. Perhaps the film's most endearing quality is the soundtrack, which plays a vital role in propelling the movie forward and setting the scene for this indie and hyper-unique film. This Valentine's Day, break free from stereotypical cinema where everything ends perfectly and view and appreciate her in all its cinematic brilliance. The film will make you uncomfortable. The film will challenge your previous notions, but most of all, it will help you discover what it means to truly love another. I'm Seth Hansen, and this has been Real Talk.
That's all for tonight's edition of Newswatch 18.
We'll see you again on Monday.